I said simplified. So independent set is in NP complete. So just remember what are independent sets. Given a graph, something undirected graph, something like this. So this first, just remember what was independent set language. Set of all pairs of graph and integer n. So here G is adjacency matrix of some undirected graph like this. M is some integer such that G has independent set of size n. For example, if we take this graph, suppose G or G is this. So independent set is a subset of vertices such that no pair has an edge. For example, we cannot take any vertex. This is independent set. We can take a single vertex like this. We can take two vertices like 1, 3 and 2, 4. 1, 3 and 2, 4, they do not have any edge. More than 2 is not possible. So in this particular example, we can say that G0 is an independent set, and similarly G1, G2, but G3 is not an independent set, and also G4. So now we'll prove that independent set is NP complete. So again, two things we have to prove. First, we have to prove that independent set is in NP. This already we have done in some previous lecture. Second thing, now we'll show a polynomial time reduction from 3 set. So we know that 3 set is already NP complete. So we can show reduction from any NP complete language, not necessarily set. So 3 set will show a reduction from 3 set to independent set. Suppose our formula has m clauses. Then the graph G will have 7m vertices. This will be converted into 7m vertex graph. And this will be m. So we'll write Gm. So our graph will have 7m vertices. The number will be m clauses. So our graph will have, if the input formula is satisfiable, then our graph will have 7m vertices and it will have an independent set of size n. So now how we do this? Again, we'll take a very simple example and see how it is done. For example, we take, suppose we have C1 not of U2 or not of U5 or U7, and we have C2, U2, U4, U6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. 6. Now corresponding to each clause, we'll make a complete graph with 7 vertices. For example, uh, like this. Why 7 vertices? Because if you consider any clause like C1, so 3 variables, we can have 8 possible assignment to the variables, and exactly one assignment will give value 0, all others will give value 1. So for example, in this case, for assignment 1 1 0, it will give value 0. For others, it will give value 1. Here also, for the assignment 1 0, no, 0 1 0, this will give value 0. For all others, it will give value 1. So corresponding to each satisfying assignment, we have one vertex, and we make a complete graph within the cluster for both C1 as well as C2, and for all others. For example, for this C1 and C2, like this. If we take 0 0 0 1 0 0 1 1 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 0 1 1 1 1 1, variables are U6, U4, and U2. This is for C2. So here 0 1 0 is missing. All others for which this can give value 1. So we have one vertex corresponding to each assignment, like this. So this is one cluster corresponding to C2, and this is a complete graph. Complete graph means given any pair of vertex, we have edge like this. This. So I have not drawn all the edges because it will be very complicated. So this is a complete graph, K7, we call it K7. Complete graph of 7 vertices. Similarly, we make the cluster C1 for this. And here we have, I will make U2, U5, U7, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1. This is for C1. C1 we can see 2, 5, 7, 1, 1, 0. 1 1 0 is missing. So all satisfying assignment, we have one vertex like this. And again, this is a complete graph like this. A cluster of complete graph K7. So same way we make the complete graphs, the clusters corresponding to each clause C1 up to Cn. So corresponding to m clauses, we have m clusters having 7 vertices each. So in total, the number of vertices will be 7m in the graph. So now how we combine the edges between different clusters. So this now here we have edges within the cluster. It is a complete graph. We'll also add edges in between different clusters. One example we'll take of the two clusters, how to add an edge. Now the rule is we put an edge between two vertices of G if they correspond to inconsistent partial assignment. So add an edge if, now the rule is add an edge between vertices in two different clusters if they have inconsistent in partial assignments to the variables. Now here, what is inconsistency? So it may happen that the two sets, they have different sets of variables. In that case, there is no inconsistency. So we'll not add any edge. But suppose there is some common variable, like in this example, our common variable is 2. This u2 is common variable. So it may happen that if we take any two vertex, so for example, just take this vertex and take this vertex. So this vertex, what value of u2 we have? u2 has value 0. Here we have selected this vertex. u2 is having value 0. Same means consistent. So we'll not add edge between the two. But if they have different values, we add an edge. For example, here itself we can see, suppose if we take this vertex and the same vertex. Now here we have inconsistency. Uh, in this cluster it is having value 1, in this cluster it is having value 0. So we add an edge like this. And similarly, we take all possible pairs of vertices in different clusters and add an edge if they have at least one common variable which is taking different values. So if a variable takes different value, we say that the partial assignments are inconsistent. So this way we add edge. Now how much time we take? You can easily compute. Number of possible pairs is only quadratic in n. So it will be only polynomial number of edges. So this can be done easily done in polynomial time. So now our graph is complete. Only thing is that now we have to show that the formula phi 3 is in 3 set if and only if the pair Gn is in independent set. Means we can find an independent set of size n. Now how we do this? So first suppose that our formula phi is in 3 set. So 3 set means it will have some satisfying assignment. Satisfying assignment of variables. Now how to choose the independent set? It is very simple. So it has a satisfying assignment of variables. Simply choose the vertex corresponding to the assignment. For example, suppose in this case, we take all variables as 1, 0. Suppose if we take u2 equal to, we have variables u2, u5, u4, u6, u7. Suppose, for example, all variables take value 0 and there are only the two clauses C1 and C2. You can easily see all zeros satisfies. C1 will be 1, C2 will also be 1 because of these nots. So this formula is satisfiable. Now how to choose the vertex? Simply choose the vertex corresponding to the satisfying assignment. So in our case, all zeros. So simply choose this vertex and here this vertex. So there are m clauses and all clauses are satisfied. In the graph also we have m clusters. So simply choose and each cluster will have the vertex corresponding to the satisfying assignment. So simply choose that vertex. So in our case, we have chosen these two vertex. So they will make an independent set. Why? Because there is no inconsistency between the shared variable because they both satisfy the clause. So there is no edge between them. We get an independent set. Here you can see u2 is having value 0, same value here also. So there is no edge. It is an independent set. So same way, given any m clauses and the formula is satisfiable. So simply choose each vertex. Simply choose vertex in each cluster corresponding to the satisfying assignment, and we will get an independent set of size m. Second case, suppose the formula is not satisfiable, then you cannot find an assignment of variables such that all clauses are satisfied. So now, if we try to choose m vertices, how we can choose? There is no scope of choosing more than one vertex from the same cluster because it is a complete graph and we get an edge. So the only possibility is we have to choose one vertex from each cluster. Suppose we have chosen one vertex from each cluster, then it will not be an independent set. Why? Because the formula is not satisfiable. Just simply consider, suppose for example we have chosen these two. Simply consider the corresponding assignments because not all clauses are satisfied. So you will find at least one inconsistency. One inconsistency means you will get an edge. So this proves that uh, 3 set reduces in polynomial time to independent set. And combined with the fact that independent set is in NP, it proves that independent set is also NP. So now I have completed my lecture. If you have any questions, you can ask.